unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Devin Haney posts a new video and he's looking pretty big, and I want to talk about it in this video. Ego Weight Watchers, aka ILL, where I give you a look into the fighter lifestyle before, after, and progress picks, especially when they have an upcoming fight. Now, we do not know when Devin Haney will be back in the ring. However, a new video was posted and released just yesterday where Devin Haney was in the Wildcard Gym, Freddie Roach's gym, famous for training guys like Miguel Cotto and the Filipino sensation Manny Pacquiao from General Santos. I believe he's going to fight me too. Right? So the Pacquiao gym, the Wildcard gym, Devin Haney kind of did a photo op training, and then they showed him on the heavy bag. So I think they meant well, but I don't know that this helps him. He's shirtless and I guess trying to show he's in shape and, you know, ready to go, which is good for him, because immediately following the Ryan Garcia fight, Devin Haney looked huge, but like he didn't look like as toned. So it is good to see that he looks in more shape than, let's say, when he went to the Crawford-Madrimov fight. He just looked big, but he didn't look like toned. So that part is good. But I want to talk about this, and I told you guys I'm going back to the basics, ego thoughts, or just give you guys my thoughts, not necessarily what other people are talking about or something that articles are being written about, just what ego wants to talk about. And I told you from the beginning that this fight, before the fight happened, Haney Garcia, that this was going to be a bad look for Devin Haney, and it was a lose-lose situation. Ryan was acting erratic, he was acting crazy, he was just doing so many things that was essentially unselling the fight. And then the fight played out about as bad as you could expect for Devin Haney, in terms of, I didn't really think it was competitive. You know, the judges had it, whatever, you know, said it was a split decision and all that. I didn't see all that. I think, first of all, I think the fight should have been stopped. So it wouldn't have been no split decision if the right call was made, which it wasn't by the referee or from Devin's corner, his dad, Bill Haney. I think a towel should have been thrown in. I think there were moments where Harvey Dock, the referee, gave Devin a lot of chances to like recover, and just long exaggerated counts and things like that. And Ryan was getting the short end of that stick, we'll say. Right? So it really should have been a stoppage, in my opinion. Live to fight another day. And then it would have been better for Devin Haney if Bill Haney threw in the towel, because he wouldn't have taken the punishment from the later rounds after that point. Like, one of the rounds was really bad where he was like doing a military crawl after Ryan dropped him. And then you didn't decide to stop. I want to say round 7. You didn't decide to stop the fight at that point. And then he got hurt multiple times. I want to say round 10, 11-ish, maybe 12, right after that. So it just took unnecessary punishment, versus if you would have threw in the towel, Devin was able to get the loss overturned, because Ryan would later test positive, and it was later revealed that he tested positive. So you would have saved additional rounds of embarrassment and Devin being hurt. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, he showed heart. He did show heart, but I'm not going to glorify showing heart, because to show heart usually means you're getting hurt and getting your butt whipped. And that's just not something I choose to glorify, right? There's journeymen who show heart, but they're really badly getting beaten up by Mike Tyson or Better Biev or whatever, but they showed heart, you know? So I don't really, I appreciate skills more than heart, because heart is just something that's in you. You either have it or you don't, right? So Devin took unnecessary punishment, and then to find out Ryan had something in his system, even though I don't think that's the sole reason why he lost, it just adds insult to injury. Now, fast forward to the future, is where is Devin even going to fight at? Because he looks big. He's bigger than 140 for sure. And it's like night and day. People at one point wanted to see the Gervonta Davis fight. This conversation's dramatically declined after the performance with Ryan Garcia. And then a lot of those same Haneyacks, they changed up and switched up and started pitting Shakur Stevenson on Tank Davis because Devin Haney couldn't get past Tank Davis's leftover, who he beat easy, which was Ryan Garcia. So it's funny how that works. Now, when I'm looking at Devin Haney, I think there's a lot of damage control being done. You look in any comment section regarding Devin Haney, it's mostly negative. And then when I'm looking at him, even though he looks like he's in shape, he definitely looks bigger than the 140-pound mark. And I don't know when he's coming back. When he was at the Joshua Dubois fight, he said December. But I have so many questions. Who are you going to do a fight with? You have no actual promoter at this moment. You're a free agent. And this is the downside to being a free agent. It's good being a free agent when you're winning and your stock is high, because you can be like, I'm a shot caller. But you've seen how quickly that declined the moment Devin Haney had that performance with Ryan Garcia. Eddie Hearn started showing his true colors and really throwing Devin Haney under the bus. I'm not saying that Eddie Hearn was lying about what he was saying in these interviews, like the Andre Ward interview. However, he came out quick. He got Jerron boots in this. He's doing business with Turkey. So Eddie Hearn has thrown Devin under the bus, saying stuff like, you have Devin Haney Promotions. I'm not your promoter. We did business before, but you didn't sign to me. You're not signed to Rematch Room. And that has to be a reality check for Devin Haney, because Devin brought Eddie Hearn along for the Ryan Garcia fight, and I'm sure he paid him, and he didn't even have to. And then now, come to find out, Eddie Hearn, he's telling you what he thinks about you, right? And Devin also went on record and said that Eddie Hearn was the fakest person, the fakest ninja that he's ever met. So all these things, it just puts Devin further in a predicament, because again, where do you go? Like who's gonna put together your next fight? You called Eddie Hearn fake, so do you go to the snake guy, the phony? You called him, you said he was the fakest person you ever met, so you do business with the person that you think is the fake? Do you try to go and do like a private, like your own event, like in the Bay Area or something, coming off of the Ryan Garcia performance? Who knows how that will fare, right? Given the fact that his stock has nosedived. And then, Top Rank, you said some things about Bob Arum as well. Teofimo is trying to get out of his contract. It's just like, where does he go from here? Coupled with the fact that he looks big. He looks big in these clips. So let's say you move to 147. That's just a different ball game. And these young fighters are eating themselves. It reminds me of Brandon Rios. You're not supposed to be, if you're really fighting in your true weight class, in my opinion, and you're young, especially under 30 years old, you should not be moving through these weight classes that rapidly, where you just move up and you can do 1 or 2 fights and then you got to move up to another weight class. To me, there is a major problem, and I think it's a discipline issue. And you got guys who are campaigning in weight classes that they truly don't belong in. Look at Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, how much time did he spend at featherweight? Then he moved up to 130. He was not there for that long. He did a few fights, missed weight, lost his title on the scale versus Robson Conceição, and then now he's at 135. Because he was never really, he shouldn't have been at featherweight. He should have opened his career at 130, and then he should be at 35, maybe even 140. But these guys are trying to game the system. Same thing with Devin Haney. You fought Lomachenko, you moved up, fought Regis Prograis, strong performance there at 140. Then you fight Ryan Garcia at 140, and now you look too big for 140. And in the Ryan Garcia fight, you had to weigh in naked. It's just not making sense. And there's a lot of guys. It's not just Shakur and Devin. Zurdo Ramirez. This man spent his career at 168, and he was way big. He was bigger than all these dudes. Now he's at cruiserweight. There's a reason why guys are moving through these weight classes so rapidly and rehydrating 20, 25 pounds. It's pretty ridiculous to think about it. So that being said, Devin at welterweight, I don't even know who he could fight, because the pressure is going to be there for you to fight a name like a Jaron Boots Ennis. And to me, that's not really a winnable fight, especially coming off of the Ryan Garcia performance. So I think if you fight 147, 154, where you probably belong, where your body probably belongs, the fights are going to be incredibly hard. And that's not a good thing either, right? Because Devin had minimal power at 35 and 140, doesn't have the killer instinct to necessarily finish guys like Beterbiev or Gervonta Davis or even a David Benavidez or whatnot. He hurt Regis Prograis, but he didn't really put it all together to stop him. And then you're going to move up to possibly 47, 54. How are you going to stop these guys? You know, these guys are just naturally bigger, can take a punch, more durable. So it'll be interesting. I've said it since day one. Devin's next move needs to be his best move, especially regarding weight. Is it a catch weight? Do you fight at a catch weight? And I think the matchmaking will be paramount. So I'll definitely be locked in, waiting to see who he decides, because I think that's going to be probably the most important decision of Devin's young career to this point. Because to me, he's looking too big for 140. If you didn't look this big before the Ryan Garcia fight, and to make weight, you had to weigh in naked with snack, and you had to weigh in with the towel early in the morning, you know, before the ceremonial weigh-in, you look bigger now, and you probably got low-key depressed from the Ryan Garcia fight and everything that transpired. So you might have done some stress eating, and then now you have to come back down and weight. You know, I really strongly don't know if he can make 140 and be comfortable. And here's the thing, when you deflate and dehydrate your body, the closer you get to 30, the harder that becomes. The further you venture from your actual weight class, and then you make these big and sudden crashes and killer weight cuts, plus the older you get, your body might reject that. Where I've seen it. I've seen boxers where they do these like 32-pound weight drops the week of the fight and things like that, and they're notorious for it. And then you just randomly get in the ring and you get to a fight and you don't really have nothing. Like, your body just kind of rejects. I've seen other situations where the people don't even make it to the fight, like David Lemieux, you know, or Jaime Munguia looked like he was about to pass out. These guys are almost like not fully disciplined, and I don't want to like not call a boxer disciplined, but what I'm saying is at the highest level of monitoring your weight in conjunction with your walk around weight. There's no reason that Jaime Munguia should have been about to pass out, or David Lemieux was going to be on a major Canelo card and then he put himself in the hospital because he was trying to do too much with the weight cut, right? So it's not nothing new for boxing, but given the situation that Devin's at with his last fight, it's going to be interesting to see how this is handled and what weight he decides to fight at.